All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Passions. What the fuck is this show? To the Passions Podcast post show.
We are not on the couch because we have a special guest with us. Big shout out and welcome to Lisa.
Hey,
Woo.
I'm so excited.
I love that
debaucherous, unabashedly drinking, unapologetically drinking.
I love it. I love you have your drink. I love that she has like such a nice background, and the two of us just have this shitty ass.
No, this is the illusion. No, I know this is the illusion that I put up to like so many students think of me as an adult person.
No, I see.
No. Otherwise, this is for crap. People are going to be in some part of my house while I'm doing my job. So like,
yeah.
If I turn my camera, it's
Chaos.
I shifted. Yeah. Right. Chaotic good. There's a lot of chaos.
Chaotic good.
There's a chaotic good energy.
So we're talking about we watched Passions episodes. This week was 3. Lord,
321. 321.
325.
325. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Lisa, is there anything specific that you would like to talk about? Like, is there anything that happened that you're like, let's talk, I need to talk this out?
It's nothing earth-shatteringly new. I'm so happy, like you, I did the Passions thing when it was on, so I know where we end up. I forgot the steps along the way, but I know the final destination. But I also, like you, grabbed a friend who had never watched Passions and rewatched all of it from the beginning. We're right now, our journey, we're in like 1,000. We're in like episode 1,000 now, and I'm so jealous that you're still in like the 300s because it's so fun. This is like prime Passions. It's like the best.
Yeah, I was telling Laura that we this week was just so much fun. Like the last few weeks have been a little like meh, boring. This week things really picked up and it was just like so much fun, and things started moving a lot faster than they normally do. Yeah.
Yes, which I appreciate.
I forgot how slow it was but at first when you told me what episodes you were watching, I quickly looked at 321. I was like, oh, okay, we're here, good. And then I went to 325 and I was like, oh, we're still there. Oh yeah. Okay, so like oh, we didn't move that far. Okay, but we're at least we're
things are happening. Things are moving. I will say this particular night does go on for a long time.
It sure does. It sure does. It sure does.
This particular night that we're in goes on for a long time, but a lot of things happen in this night. Like a lot of things fucking happen. Really great.
Well, Teresa just found out that Ethan is Sam Bennett's son, so that's a pretty big like moment.
She said it's so weird though. She was like, "Oh my God, Ethan Crane is not Julian Crane's son. He's Chief Bennett's son." Like why? So much information, so much exposition in one realization.
They gotta tell us. They gotta remind us.
They gotta catch up the people who haven't been watching it from episode
on Friday. In the last 5 minutes of Friday.
Yeah.
In the last 5 minutes of a Friday, you know who your crew is in the last 5 minutes of an episode on Friday.
Well, on Monday they're gonna pick it up in the exact same place, and she's gonna do the exact same thing.
Right, and sometimes with different dialogue, right? Sometimes they're not even reusing the same clip. They're just like, all right, we're going to say it again a different way.
Yeah.
Recently, they've been reusing the clip. Recently, I will say they haven't been summarizing. They've just been, we've got the footage, let's use it again, which I can appreciate that.
I think that makes more sense than like, let's just redo this entire scene again, even though everybody fucking saw it yesterday. Yeah. And we'll immediately realize, oh, wait a minute, this is a different scene than what we did.
That has to be hard on the actors too, because they're memorizing almost identical dialogue, but there's just enough
little difference.
Yeah,
that's gotta be really,
like time consuming for everyone. So yeah,
I imagine a lot of their lines that they say are not like exactly what are on the page.
They're probably like, it's fine, move.
Yeah. Move along, we got the gist. Yeah. I feel like I bet they do that because they have so much to record and so much to do every single day and every week. Yeah. But
when I watched the ghosts, the ghosts over the headstones. Like I kept thinking like it was like they had to go home and someone asked how was work today? And they had to like, we dressed up like pilgrims and said the same thing. We were like the most boring bullying ghosts.
I dressed up like a pilgrim and said,
I dressed up like
thou
a pilgrim.
art a witch, Tabitha, for 8
Burn
hours.
the witch.
For 8
Burn
hours.
the witch.
Burn the witch. You're go to hell. You deserve to burn in hell. Witch, you deserve to die. Like what a boring group of bullies. Like just this just saying the same thing over and over again in pilgrim. Like I loved it when she told him to shut up though. She's like, will you shut up? I'm trying to talk here.
They're the bad guys too. Like y'all burned people alive. You are 100%. The bad. You are the villains.
You just happen to be right about this one.
Right. But
this one.
How many other innocent women had to die for you to get this witch who escaped?
Yeah, right. She's still alive, isn't she?
Because you are mere mortals. Who are you to a witch?
Everyone's bad at their jobs.
Everyone's bad at their jobs.
Everyone's bad at their jobs.
Everyone's bad at their jobs. I want to talk about, wait, what do you got, Lisa? What you got?
I was just going to look through my episodes. So the first word I wrote down in episode 321 was cleave, which is what we call Eve Russell when she has a lot of cleavage. I love when cleave comes out. When Cleve Russell comes out.
Cleve Russell came out to
I
play.
love me some Cleve Russell.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
She's for such a modest woman, or a woman who is very concerned with presenting as a modest woman. She breaks out the girls. I mean, she looks great. They're great girls, but like even at the prom, I was like, cool. When the ship sinks, we got flotation devices. Like we're good. Like they're always out.
I never noticed. As a busty woman myself, I think like it's just so normal for me to have cleavage no matter what I do to hide it. Yeah. That when other people have it, like I just don't notice because it's just, like I said, it's just normal for me.
It just is what it is. Like the only things that I can wear where my tits aren't out are like things where that come up to my neck. Like this. Yeah.
But she wears so many necky things. I guess that's why it strikes me, because she's either like so covered or
va-va-voom.
Well, I think they do that to all the mothers. Like they are either, it's that what is it?
Yeah,
Saint the whore or Virgin Mary thing. What's the word? I'm getting it wrong.
I don't know, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, where it's like either it's like my whole body is exposed or I am zipped up in a potato sack, and they kind of dress them this way. So when they go out, like they look gorgeous and beautiful, and I think they're dressed fabulously. And then when they're at home with the kids, like they are completely covered up.
Yeah. I want to talk about this party. Number one, what the fuck kind of party is it? I'm still trying to figure that out. Even in today's episodes, Laura, like, I don't know if you noticed, but I was just like, the party. Like, I couldn't say it's definitely not an engagement party because they're getting married tomorrow. So it can't be a rehearsal party.
Is it the rehearsal? There was no food. Is it the rehearsal?
The Bennetts and the Russells went home and had dinner because they didn't serve food at the fancy party.
Oh yeah, he had string cheese or whatever he had, right?
He didn't have any food.
Yeah, there was no food. And yeah, it's a rehearsal dinner is like just the people in the wedding. Right. It's not like this giant big to do. So
unless you're a crane.
I couldn't figure out what this party was, number one. Number two, I actually was pleasantly surprised at the amount of people that were at this party, because I was anticipating that they were really just going to be like the Russells and the Bennetts. Like they were not going to have any like extras or anything. So I was actually really appreciate the fact that they actually brought in different people, because we have had multiple parties at this point where it's just the Russells and the Bennetts.
It's only them. It's only them.
And they call it a party and it ain't no party.
Right. Come to my dinner party. And then there's eight of them.
And it's not a party.
It's just you and your neighbors.
One was like supposed to be, they made a big deal about like Ivy's like Christmas party. Like this is like her big Christmas party at one point, and nobody showed up.
Well, she sent out the invitations 8 minutes before it started. She's like, will you come to my Christmas party tomorrow night?
Very true. And nobody showed up.
And Grace was like touched. She's like, aw.
And she did the exact same thing with this party too. This party that we don't know what it was a party for.
Yeah.
It's got to be, the closest thing it comes to is a rehearsal dinner, and cranes don't really care about family and togetherness anyway, so it's probably just about making connections.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know, girl, I don't know. And there was no food. You're right, I didn't even notice that there was no food.
No, there's no food, just champagne, because Ivy, and that's why Ivy got so fucking drunk. She didn't eat anything. She just was drinking all those fucking glasses of champagne,
just guzzling the bubbly.
And then she
I noticed immediately, because when I'm at a party, the first thing I do
where's the food?
Where's the food? I just go find the vegetable tray and then live next to that all day.
There wasn't anyone passing them around. They're like,
no hors d'oeuvres, there was no staff like working at this party.
They didn't even have a cook.
Julian got mad that she was there.
That she was like in her civilian clothes.
Yeah.
Why uniform? And he was like, "Did you loan Pilar to Rebecca for the evening?" It's like, you don't loan people humans out.
Were they at the Crane Mansion?
No, they're at the Hotchkiss.
They were at the Hotchkisses, which looked suspiciously similar to. I'm assuming it's the same set.
You know what it looks like?
I didn't notice though.
It looks like the outside of Sheridan's cottage. It looks like the outside where Sheridan's cottage in like the gazebo area, but without the gazebo. It's like a patio.
I'll bet it was like a patio. They had like the trees and everything.
Yeah. So that's what it looked like to me. That's probably the set they used. And yeah, they definitely used the front. They definitely used the front of the Crane Mansion, because when Ethan was talking to, I think, Chad in his sparkly black shirt like a few episodes ago, not this week's episodes, but out front saying he was gonna cancel the wedding before the party. Like they were out front, and it definitely looked like the front of the Crane Mansion. I thought that's where they were actually. Yeah. So I mean, of course.
My other thought was like, where's the youth center? Where did that go? Where did the youth center set go?
Where? Like, we haven't been to the youth center in a long time.
Yeah. But like, did they borrow a youth center from another show?
I kind of forgot about the youth center.
Right? I completely forgot about the youth center.
They give us these locations and then they just abandon them.
Huh.
There's the youth center.
Yeah, Luis hasn't been back there in a long time, man. That place probably falling apart. He hasn't shown up for work for a while.
He was like in charge of it, right? He was in charge of it.
Yeah, he was the head.
He was the director.
Like the head, right? How are the kids doing, Luis? How are they doing?
They're not well. Let me just tell you, the kids are not doing well. They are out in the woods with the ghosts.
I was gonna say, you know what kids are doing well? The kids that Sheridan in here are taking care of right now while their mom gives birth.
Oh my God.
Where are we? How far did you drive?
That's what I was saying. Where did they go? Where did they go? Because again, Pilar goes to the Hotchkiss Mansion and goes home and comes back within 45 minutes, maybe. Like the party is just like going and it hasn't been the end. It's not like the end of the night by the time she gets back. So like, how far did they have to go to get? They were going to the Hotchkiss Mansion, but then they got sidetracked in this like country town, on this homestead.
Are the mansions on opposite sides of town? Because I would imagine that Mansion Alley is all kind of in the same location,
like in the same like cul-de-sac area,
right? And they don't have like a bunch of pores in between them, but in this case I guess they do, because they drove through Amish country to
maybe the Amish country is also where that like cowboy bar was, where they ended up after driving back from maybe it's just real middle America in the middle of Massachusetts somewhere, or Maine, or wherever they are. I don't know where they are.
I think it's Massachusetts. I think we settled on Massachusetts.
I think we've decided Massachusetts. Yeah. Because
It's
Boston, they always refer to Boston, so I'm thinking, yeah.
But my thing is, I didn't think the Hotchkisses lived in Harmony either. Like I thought, like the Cranes were the head of Harmony. They're all about Harmony, and they're like the richest people in town. And the Hotchkisses lived somewhere else, maybe a nearby town. But like, but here's my question: like, do they have their whole thing going on in that town? Like, do they live in Castleton and they're like
exactly what
they're
I was
like the Cranes
say.
of Castleton? Like the
Hotchkisses,
like there's a whole other fucking soap opera going on in Castleton with the fucking Hotchkisses.
And then this is like the crossover episodes when they're like in each other's business.
Yeah. I want to see that. I want to live in that universe.
Oh my God.
Castleton,
where there's a Castleton centered soap opera. called
Actually, I kind of love it. I kind of would love it if there were similar characters to Passions, but like it's like an alternate version of that world where like their status is like personalities, like same characters, but like different.
Oh yeah, like knockoffs. I would like it. I would like it if it was like Equate brand, right? Like it's like so close, but not quite the same, right?
Yeah,
like,
we have Lewis close. And Michael.
Right. Lewis, Michael, Tess instead of Teresa.
And Tess. Yeah.
Lewis, we're doing great.
Tess. Yeah.
I love this so much. Tommy instead of Tammy.
Yeah. There you go.
And then
they don't have but they don't have a witch, they have a warlock.
Yeah. Oh my god. This is fantastic.
There you go. Yeah, so we've got Tommy.
Can it also be played by Juliet Mills? Can it
Juliet Mills is the warlock?
Because she's there's nothing that woman can't do. She's just consummate professional.
Julian Crane is Julianne Crane.
Oh yes.
Well, it'd be one of the Hotchkisses, right?
Oh.
You gotta stick with that.
We gotta stick with that. But I like it. All right, what else did you talk about? What did you talk about?
Everything, girl. Magic, the fire, the fact that
every through lines, I'm like, Luis. I guess they can go as slow as they want as long as he takes his shirt off once a week.
Oh, he took his shirt off to fix the water pipe.
To fix the water pipe. I love when a water pipe bursts because I'm like, all right, someone's gonna get greasy for no reason.
He did look great. He looked fantastic.
He looked great too because they dressed him up so he was like in a suit because he and Sheridan were on their way to this fancy party. And a man, as we know, as we have proved on our Instagram with Steve Buscemi, a man always looks better in a tux. Like 80%, 70%.
I think it's like 70% better. You look 70% better in a tuxedo.
It looked great.
You can put any man in a tuxedo and he looks better as long as it fits, not in like a over a big tuxedo.
Yeah, a well-fitting,
teeny tiny one,
but something that fits you right. Any man, it doesn't matter. The ugliest man you can find, put him in a tux.
You put him in a tuxedo, 70% better.
Yeah.
I mean,
but Louise looks great with his shirt off.
He looks so good. Right. He looks good. I was distracted by how, I don't understand how Sheridan isn't distracted by how handsome he is.
Because she's gorgeous.
Because he's also getting more handsome.
Oh yeah.
He's more handsome now than he was 100 episodes ago. But it's
before when he was kidnapping her, when he was chloroforming her, he's more handsome when he's not.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because he's not committing crimes against my favorite female character or one of my favorite female characters.
Maybe because
who's your favorite? We all know who my favorite female character is.
Teresita.
Teresa.
Oh, Tabitha's definitely my most favorite.
I love Tabitha.
Tabitha's my favorite.
I love Tabitha too, but I think Teresa's definitely my favorite. But
Teresa drives me nuts.
But Tabitha's right up there. Teresa drives me crazy too, but in all the best
ways. Drives me, but Tabby never drives me crazy. She's just like, I feel like whenever I watch Tabitha or when I watch Ben Masters, I just feel like I'm watching a masterclass in just being, you're so good at what you do and you're being handed the most insane material and you're making it work so well.
Yeah.
Like even the way he like deliver like one word here and there, he's like, you can't fight genetics. Like it's interesting. Like
I think the only reason that like Tabitha isn't my favorite is because she doesn't have like really a story. So like the character's fun, but I enjoy Teresa's whole like shenanigans. And all of the nonsense.
She's like a one-woman Greek chorus. Poor
Teresa. She's just a puddle of tears all the time.
The girl who cries all the time.
The girl who cries all the time.
But like, you know what? Why did she answer the phone, Ethan? She answers the phone, Ethan. That's how she answered the phone.
Oh yeah. Well, because she's a lunatic. It tracked for me. I was like, yeah, that tracks. She's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, because you're still in the middle of it. I'm now in the thousands. So like I forgot how dumb she was, like because in my memory, she's like, oh, she's scheming. She's like, she got her man, she figured out a way to like break up the marriage. And now I forgot like she also like answers the phone crying, Ethan.
Yeah.
Like no matter who's calling.
And Teresa, the thing about Teresa is that's who Teresa is from beginning to the end. Like that's who the fuck she is. Like she is going to always like do everything based on her emotions and follow through with those things, like, and be impulsive. She's gonna be she's impulsive. You know what I mean?
Very present in the like whatever
the
she's
moment.
Feeling.
She believes in doing things right then, right there.
She also thinks that whatever's happening to her is also happening to everyone else, which is why she answers the phone and she's thinking about Ethan. So the person on the end of the phone must be Ethan.
It must be Ethan.
It must be him.
Must be Ethan.
She keeps saying, I can't believe he used me. And like if I were Whitney, I wish I could I wish I could be Whitney once in a while. That's not my struggle with her, because I just want to be like, use you for what? For like kissing 8 times? Like what are we used you?
This
for what?
What you are saying is a very good point, and a point that I meant to make on the podcast today and I did not make. She keeps saying he used her, but if he was going to use you, he would have fucked you the multiple times you threw yourself at him. Like there were multiple times where he pushed her away. He like kissed her, but then he was like, no, we can't do this. I can't do this. So many times. I can't do this. I shouldn't do this. I can't do this. If he wanted to use you, he would have just done it. Right? Like,
that's a really good point. That's a very good point that I somehow didn't think of. So I'm glad.
Every time she's like, I can't believe he would use me. I just feel like, for what? What did he use you for? What for what? You for kissing? Like that's what like this 25-year-old man or however is using you for, like for tongue kissing, for French kissing once in a while.
For fodder as like the butt of the joke, like, oh, I convinced this girl that I loved her, and but that centers her in a weird way for him, you know what I mean? But for her, again, she's obsessed with herself, and aren't we all obsessed with ourselves, you know? So I can forgive her this one. I can forgive her.
I can forgive her this, but
but you're making a great point.
Like
I'm just like,
what did he use
just
for?
Little what is he using you for?
Yeah.
For kisses.
Yeah,
and fodder. Kisses and fodder.
Kisses and fodder.
But Teresa's not thinking straight. You know, I just realized all of our names start with L. It's the triple L's.
Oh, I like it. LQ.
I was just looking at the thing on the screen, the names on the screen.
Look at us. Latara,
what else do I have? Yeah. I said what I wouldn't give to work a mouth prop like Ivy Crane. She does a lot of like this stuff.
Oh.
And I was like she's like a toothpick or like an all whatever it is. What she does a lot of like.
She does so stupid. A lot of stuff with her mouth.
She does a lot of mouth stuff, and it always looks great.
Yeah, she looks great.
She just always looks great. She's thinking about Sam.
What did you think of Sheridan singing? I wanted to ask you guys, since you are singers.
She sang.
Yeah, she's a trained opera singer.
She stayed in tune. I thought it was lovely when she was singing to the little baby. You know, it was great. Yeah, it's a nice voice. The biggest, honestly, most people can't even stay in tune. So if you stay in tune, in my book, like then. And people don't even know what that means. Everyone these days says off key, which is not the actual term.
That's not the same thing. Just listen, just sing happy birthday. That's why when I'll do like auditions for a musical, I'll be like, just sing happy birthday. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Can you end happy birthday where you started?
Most people can't.
Most people, they do not.
People just don't know the melody. People just don't know the melody. They don't know how it goes. People do not know how that song goes,
which is insane.
They know how the first part goes. And
happy
then to you, but
and then
and then happy birthday
from
to you, and then from that moment
and then
on,
wherever
they
don't
know
start.
the rest of it. Yeah. They don't know what that interval is. Happy birthday, dear. They can't sing that fucking lead.
An octave,
or they know
can't.
It, and they think it's an octave, right?
It's not even. I'm now I have to know.
I think it's an octave. Somewhere
it's an octave
over the rainbow. It's an octave. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, and I mean, an octave leap is hard to sing. Let's it's tough in the moment. It can be hard.
And then, but they always just pick a random interval and then just continue the song there.
Happy birthday.
Right.
And then like the feeling,
and then
they
start
changes
the next
from like their spoken voice to when it flips into head voice, and people freak out. They're like, "Oh my god, it's weaker. It can't be right." But whatever. We don't need to talk
Whatever.
about singing.
No.
I thought
Well, not
Sheridan
Sheridan.
singing was fine.
I
Yeah,
thought it was lovely. It was
Sheridan
very
singing
pretty.
was lovely. What was she singing? Rockabye Baby, like something on like that, right?
Yeah, little baby song.
Yeah. So.
And I know we have to go soon, but one more thing. And this is the kind of passions I'm watching. Charity turned to Miguel and said, "I doth fear for you." And I was like, pause, doth, third person singular. How dare you?
I
would-
doth fear for thee.
He doth. It's he doth or she doth. It's not I do.
I doth.
It's I do, you do, and then it was does. Like it replaces does. Doth replaces doth operates like does. And no one even took the time to those writers. Can you please interview some writers? Please, please, please.
Oh my gosh. I would love to.
You know who you need to get? You need to grab Caitlin Riley, who is on TikTok, and she's very famous, and that is his daughter. And you need to snag her. She is hysterical. She's very funny, and I would love to hear what she has to say about passions.
Have to look into it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Caitlin Riley, because I need to know. I need to know. I mean, I thought about it, but then I was like, oh, like my girls will do it.
I doth fear for thee, Miguel.
We'll work our magic.
I doth fear for thee.
I doth hope you will make it work.
All that shit was hilarious, highly hilarious. But yeah, we gotta go.
You gotta go.
I gotta run because I have another call. I'm sorry.
No. Thank you so much. This was so fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for spending your time with us, Lisa. Thank you for all of your insight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Good
thank
times.
you. And remember, you are my passion. I'm trying to make a heart with you, all of you. Just make a heart like this.
Yeah, it's never gonna work. Boom.
I like your effort.
There it is.
All right.